Today we're going to cover terms to know in the binomial theorem. The first thing that we need to learn is the factorial. Okay, so how we read this thing there is called n factorial. Okay, just give you a few examples and you should catch on quite quickly. For example, if I want to find 3 factorial, okay, 3 factorial is simply 3 times 2 times 1 is equals to 6. Another example I can give you is 5 factorial is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is equals to 120. One more example I can give you is 4 factorial. 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is equals to 24. And that's the part on the n factorial. Next one we need to know is the notation, known as n choose r. Okay, how I read this, let me write it out for you in purple, is n choose r. Okay, this comes from a branch of mathematics known as combinatorics. I'll give you an example of what combinatorics is. For example, let's say I have 4 letters, alright, A, B, C, D. Okay, 4 letters. And I tell you, how many ways are there to choose 2 letters? So I say you must choose 2. So in short, I'm actually asking you, 4 choose 2. How many ways are there? Okay, so now we can have things like AB is one way, one combination, AC is another combination, AD is another combination, BC is another combination, BD is another combination, and CD is another combination. Notice that I don't choose things like DA one more time because I've already chosen AD, which is basically the same thing. So from this example where I say 4 choose 2, I actually have 1 way, 2 way, 3 way, 4 way, 5 way, and 6 ways. So basically when I say 4 choose 2 is basically equals to 6. That is 4 choose 2. Okay, now we cannot always be doing this, like we draw out the number of letters, then we try and find out the different combinations or the number of ways we can choose 2. So I will now show you how to calculate this manually. Later on I'll actually show you how to calculate this with your calculator, but first 4 choose 2, if done manually or done through calculation instead of doing this by by drawing out this diagram, 4 choose 2, first you look below whatever number in okay, first and foremost, 4 choose 2, do not confuse this with a matrix. This is not the 2 by 1 matrix. In binomial theorem, this is actually yeah, the notation 4 choose 2, so don't get yourself confused. And first we look at the bottom number 2. So first we write down 2 factorial. 2 factorial is 2 times 1. Then on top we have 4. Okay, there are 2 numbers here, so we start with 4, then next number reduced by 3, and then we stop. Because at the bottom there are 2 numbers, on top there should be 2 numbers as well. So in the end what we get is 12 divided by 2, which is equals to 6. So I've actually found a way to calculate 4 choose 2 without drawing all of this. I'll give you another example. 5 choose 3. So I have 5 objects. I want to choose 3 out of these 5. How many ways are there? Again, we start with the denominator. There's a 3 there, so we have 3 factorial. 3 times 2 times 1. In the numerator, what I'll have is 5, I reduce by 1, 4, I reduce by 1, 3, then I stop. There's 3 numbers at the bottom, there'll be 3 numbers on top. So in the end what I'll have is there are 10 ways to choose 3 objects from a total of 5. Okay, I give you one more now. 8 choose 2, you try it out on your own. Okay, you may pause the video now and try 8 choose 2 before carrying on to see if you have understood what I'm talking about. And at the bottom there'll be 2 factorial, which is 2 by 1. Top is 8 by 7. So I get 28. Right. Now I'm going to show you something a bit more difficult now. And choose 3. Okay, now it involves algebra instead of numbers. So what do we do now? Again, same thing. We look at denominator. 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1. Then in the numerator, we start with n. Notice from all the previous examples, it's always reducing by 1. So if the first one is n, the second one will be n minus 1. The third one will be n minus 2. And notice that I'll stop ready, and that's it. Okay, so what I will get is n by n minus 1 by n minus 2 over 6. Okay, so this is when it involves algebra. Now, I'm going to show you how to calculate using the calculators. I'll go with the Sharp calculator first, then I'll work with the Casio. So my example will be using the Sharp calculator. 20 choose 4. 20 choose 4 using the Sharp calculator. Choose button is here, NCR is in orange, so that gives you a clue. So I key 20, choose, so I use second function, orange to orange, choose 4, I get 4845. Okay, the screen should show this. 20 choose 4 is 4845. Next one that I have will be the Casio calculator. Okay, let me put the Casio calculator down there first, and I give you the example. 15 choose 3. Your choose button is here, NCR. Alright, it's in yellow. Okay, so yellow and yellow. So I type 15, choose 3. I press, I get 455. And that is the end of my demonstration or my explanation for terms to know in the binomial theorem.